Hello, my dear friends. Yes, students, a very good morning. As usual, in the real sense, good morning. Yes, drizzling rain, crippling of birds, beautiful sunrise, and a cup full of coffee or black tea and concentrating in accounts lecture. Yes, the last point is something interesting because in such a beautiful weather, if we are having full concentration, any subject becomes a matter of joke. But the condition applied. As I said earlier, it should be a morning. It should be a morning, yes. I hope that you have already completed question number 1-3 of exercise 4. Even in that question I told you 5 entries. Everything we covered. But still, if you are having any doubt, any questions, any queries, you know that very well. You are always heartily welcome. Okay? You can message me or even you can call me. But a small request, if you message me, please do write your name because I do not have all the numbers saved in my phone. Clear? Let's continue with the next question. I don't say one of the most important because you know that question very well. Question number 5, you know how to solve it. So at present, in this format, I'm not going to solve question 5. But don't worry, it's not in homework. We are going to solve over here, but by discussing, by explanation. Okay? Because that question you already solved in chapter 4, reconstruction of partnership. And you know that. Let's do a little bit revision. What is reconstruction of partnership? What is reconstruction of partnership? That is nothing else. That is nothing else but change in profit sharing ratio, change in profit and loss ratio due to several reasons, and the reasons are change in P&L ratio among the existing partners. The second reason, that reason is change in P&L ratio due to admission of a new partner, and that's what we are doing at present in this chapter, named admission of partner. The third reason is retirement or death of a partner, and due to which the P&L ratio changes. That reason, that chapter we are going to do the next portion, in the next, not session, but at the end of this chapter. Okay? Let's go through question number 5. Question number 5. Yes, exercise question number 5. Again, please take care. I'm not going to solve the entire question over here. Okay? This I draw naturally for next question. That is question number 6. That is of K&R firm. Question number 5 is not of that. But if needed, we'll do some working over here. Okay? First of all, as usual, concentrate in question itself. R and J are the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 2:3. They admitted B as a new partner for 1/6 share in profit. Following balances appeared in the books of R and J at the time of admission of B. See, the balance is given to you. General reserve 7,000, workman compensation reserve 6,000, Investment fluctuation reserve 1900. Profit and loss account debit balance 1600. Debit balance. Debit balance means what? It is a loss. Contingency reserve 5100. Bad debt reserve 4200. And advertisement campaign expenditure 3400. So here different 7 items given to you. 7 items. And they say pass necessary journal entries. Can you tell me what to do in this question? Yeah, you already solved this kind of question in chapter 4. What to do? Very simple. Very simple. Here out of 7, which 7? General reserve, workman compensation reserve, investment fluctuation fund, P&L account debit balance, contingency reserve, bad debt reserve, and advertisement campaign expense. Out of this 7, first of all you have to decide. Which are the reserves and which are loss or even the provision. Yes, as there is no adjustment given, there is no need to change anything like investment reserve or workman accident. No adjustment is there. We are going to do it directly. But for reserves, what the entry should be? See, 3 things are there. One is reserves. Second, that is loss or fictitious assets. Third, that is provisions. Okay? Now for reserves, what to do? For loss and for provisions. We already solved these things. Clear the concepts in chapter 4. Can you tell me about reserves? What we are going to do? About reserves, what we are going to do? For reserves, we are going to credit partner's capital or current account and debit the respective reserve account. Why is it so? Because reserves are always having credit balance. So in this case, respective reserve, debit and capital or current account credit. It's a working kind of thing only for your explanation. Okay? So I am doing it in this pattern. Basically we are going to pass the journal entries. Measure in this format. For loss or fictitious asset, always having debit balance. So capital or current account debit and loss or fictitious asset credit. Okay? And what about the provisions? For this kind of thing, no entry. Why? Because provisions we are not going to distribute between the partners. Provisions we are not distributing between the partners. So now, out of this 7, which are reserves? Which are loss or fictitious asset? And which are the provisions? Can you tell me? Let's go through it one by one. General reserve. The word itself suggests it is a reserve. Workman compensation reserve. Again, the word itself suggests it's a reserve. Investment fluctuation reserve. Again, it is a reserve. What is workman accident compensation? What is investment fluctuation? We already studied in chapter 4. So if you are not knowing it, please go through it once. You are already having all the lectures with you. Okay? So go through that lecture. In that, in detail, I explain what is investment fluctuation fund, what is worker accident compensation reserve. Clear? Question number 12 it is. Okay? Or even in long questions I explained. Here, next one is profit and loss debit balance. Profit and loss debit balance, that is loss, and loss is always like this. It should be recorded in this pattern. Then contingency reserve. Again, it is a reserve. Contingency means whenever some emergency emerge, we can use that contingency reserve. Bad debt reserve. Now here the thing is, till this point we are having general reserve, we are having investment fluctuation reserve, even we are having another one, that is investment fluctuation reserve. All this ended with the word reserve, reserve, reserve. But the word ended with reserve does not mean it must be a reserve. Here bad debt reserve. Now bad debt reserve is actually not a reserve. Actually it is a provision. We must provide a particular amount. We must keep a particular amount separate with the assumption that if bad debt occur, bad debt is a loss, in that case it will be useful to adjust with that loss. So bad debt reserve is a provision which we are not going to distribute between the partners. Okay? An advertisement campaign expenditure is a kind of fictitious asset, should be recorded same as loss of P&L account. Clear? So here we are going to pass two entries only. Two entries only. One for all the reserves debited and capital account credited. Which reserves? General reserve. You want me to pass over here? Okay, let's do it. First entry. General reserve account debited. General reserve account debited. The amount should be 7,000. See, it's a combined entry, huh? Then workman. Actually, I'm just writing it short. Please don't follow the same. You do write the full forms. Actually, I want to clear the question orally, but doing it in board. So to save the time, because we want to discuss more about next question, that is 6th. Okay, this one you know it very well, but still let me do it in board. Workman compensation reserve. Workman compensation reserve debited. The amount is 6,000. Then investment fluctuation reserve account debited. The amount is 1,900. 1,900. Then even one more reserve is there, named as contingencies reserve. So contingency reserve account debited 5,100. Okay, 4 results are there. The total of this 7 plus 6 13 plus 1 14 plus 5 19 and this 1020. Total 20,000 to be distributed. Here actually I have to change even the title also. Here instead of K and R, it should be R and J, because K and R is connected with, okay, K and R is of next question. To R's capital account and to J's capital account. The P&L ratio of R and J is the P&L ratio, because we have to distribute in P&L ratio. The P&L ratio of R and J is 2:3. So 20,000 by distributing in 2:3. Use your calculator, don't copy only. Don't do copywriting. It will not be helpful to you. 8,000 and 12,000. Being different results distributed between the partners or credited to partners' capital account. Second entry for loss or fictitious assets, which have to be, naturally both of them are having debit balance. So to cancel it, we have to credit it, debit it to partners' capital account. R's capital account debited, J's capital account debited, to profit and loss account and to advertisement campaign expenditure account. Here the amount of P&L account is 1600 and advertisement campaign expense, that is credit side, that is 2400. Total 5,000 to be debited in P&L ratio, so 2,000 and 3,000. Being debit balance of P&L account and advertisement campaign expenditure debited to partners' capital account. Is there any problem? Sure. Actually, it's a kind of bonus, because first I thought that let me give the same in homework, but then I realized that if I give it to you in homework and if you are not referring chapter 4, then definitely this thing becomes not easier for you. First. Second, if after referring chapter 4, if you just do a copywriting from that chapter, then also it's of no use. So the second thought, that let me do some working and then give it to you in homework. But again I feel that if some of you are not doing it properly, it will become a problem in long question. So finally, I decided to do it on homework. On board work, not the homework, I'm sorry. Okay? So this is a question number 5 for you. Go through it very quickly. If any doubt, no doubt is going to be attended, because it's extremely easy. Okay? So now I'm removing it. I am removing this for having the place for question 6, which is extremely important. Extremely important. Different circumstances that gave you. And really, it will be there in your long question. And if you committed a single mistake, because some concepts are connected with it, or there also, in 6th question also, you are having workman accident compensation, you are having bad debt, you are having even investment fluctuation fund and all. Everything is there in that question. But along with it, some adjustments are there. And that adjustments are very, very important. Okay? So please give maximum importance to question 6. Is there any problem? Naturally, yet we have not started even the question 6. How is it possible that you are having some problem? So let's go to question 6. First of all, I'm just reading the entire question, concentrating question itself. K and R are the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 4:1. They admitted P as a new partner for 1/5 share. Following balances were appearing in the books of K and R at the time of admission of P. The balance is given. See, in previous question also, till this topic, it was almost same. Yes. The only difference is, in that question, only balances are given. In this, some different circumstances are also accompanied with the balances. The balances given to us: investment fluctuation reserve 2,500, bad debt reserve 3,000, debtors something new 70,000, workman compensation reserve 7,000, investment 20,000. So here investment is given, debtors are given. Okay, these are the basic means the information provided to us. Now for different matters they gave different circumstances. Past journal entries in the following cases. First, if market value of investment is as under. First option 19,500, second option 22,000. Okay, first option 19,500, second option 22,000. Is there any problem? Naturally not, because we are reading the question only. Second, if following claim of workman compensation is accepted. See, first was connected with investment. The second is connected with workman accident compensation. Here the word accident is not written, but actually compensation for that loss only. If following claim of workman compensation is accepted. Option 1 6,000, option 2 8,500. Third, if bad debt reserve is to be maintained on debtors as under. First option 4,000, second option 2,500, and third option 10% bad debt reserve is to be maintained after writing off bad debt rupees 2,000. Okay, what do you think? Is it question number 6 months one question? No, there are 7 questions. There are 7 different circumstances. So I can say there are 7 short questions. First option, market value of investment, over there 2 parts. 19,500, a different question. 22,000, a different question. Then claim for workman compensation, 6,000, a different question. 8,500, again a different question. Bad debt reserve 4,000, a different circumstance. 2,500, a different one. And 10% bad debt reserve after 2,000 bad debt, again a different one. Okay, Now I think you are a bit serious. Yes, बच्चे लोग, please take care. You know me very well. When the things are really good, I am saying it's good. It's not tough. It's not at all tough. But it's good. Good means what? Conceptual clarity is needed. And whenever such good things are there, at that time only we can have the option to create our own image. Even I am having the option that how to make such good things very simple. And you can also having the option that how to understand these good things very easily. Okay? So let's start with the first option. Please do take care. You are not going to combine the options. You are not going to combine the options. Even in first option, market value of investment, you are not going to combine 19,500 and 20,000, 22,000. But what I am expecting from you people, you must concentrate and compare both the options. For example, first, investment, first option is 19,500. We are going to pass an entry over here with some concept. Then the second, 22,000, again some entries with some concept. Now what's your duty? Your duty is to compare both, if needed, by rewinding the lecture a little bit. Don't do like that at the end of the entire session you rewind the entire session. No. Part by part study that things. First of all, complete the entire session, because even I am optimistic. Yes, maybe possible few students can understand it at once only, but very few. If you are not among that very few, don't worry at all. Don't be overconfident. But while rewinding the question, while rewinding the session, please don't rewind the entire one. Rewind the first portion of investment, understand it properly. Yes, sure. Then go for the second portion, that is workman compensation. Again, once, twice, thrice if needed. Sure for the concept? Yes. Then go for magnetism. Okay? Because in long question, you may have all three. So, in my viewpoint, even than the long question, this question is more important. Okay? Let's start. First option. See, first of all, we are connected with investment. And here the value of investment is 20,000. I am just writing it over here for your information. Investment. Okay, 20,000. Now what they say? In first option, if value of investment is 19,500. Okay? If value of investment is 19,500. Let me write it in a better way so you don't get confused. Is that clear? Still not? Okay, for the last time. Actually, it's there in your book also. But sometimes, if you prefer to write from the board only, then you can go like this. Okay? Now, actually, the value of investment is 20,000. And here they say, if it is 19,500, then naturally we have to adjust with investment fluctuation reserve. The balance of investment fluctuation reserve is 2,500. Now, here the value of investment reduced by 500. Reduced by 500. Okay? Let me do the entry first. I am just giving you an entry and then we are continuing with the discussion. Only one entry is to be given. Investment fluctuation reserve, always having credit balance, should be debited because to cancel it. So the entry is investment fluctuation reserve account debited 2,500. Now out of this 2,500, 500 we have to transfer to investment account. Why is it so? Because the value of investment reduced by 500. And why we are creating fund? Because if the value reduced, we can use that fund. You may ask, sir, if the value increased, then no use of fund. Okay? Let me give you a simple example. Do concentrate. I think you understand it in the best possible way with this example. Suppose we are creating reserve. We want to purchase. Take this example normally. Don't go logically. We want to purchase a branded wristwatch. We know that it cost 5,000 rupees. Bit costly. We want to purchase it. But at the same time, if we don't want to say our parents that Papa, Mom, I want to purchase a wristwatch worth 5,000. We feel that it's a bit costly and we are mature enough. So what we are doing, from the pocket money, we are keeping a particular amount aside every month or every frequent interval. Now, we are having 3,000 rupees as reserve. Okay? For that wristwatch. Now the birthday comes. Every birthday, parents used to say that take this amount and whatever you want to buy, please go and buy it. So you can have your own selection. Now on this birthday also, what we were thinking that if parents gave 3,000 to us, then we will add 2,000 from that reserve. Samjhai share? Because we want to have a wristwatch of 5,000. So if parents give 3,000 to us, 5,000 expected amount, actual amount, but having only 3,000. So we will take 2,000 from the reserve and buy it. Because it is reduced than the actual. 5,000 is actual and we have only 3,000 from parents. So from reserve we are utilizing 2,000 to keep that 5,000 intact. Okay? So we are going to use reserve. Clear? Sure? If the amount on hand is less than the actual one, then we need reserve. Actual one, 20,000. And what they said, the amount is 19,500. then we need 500 out of this. Okay? But in our example, the wristwatch price 5,000. If parents give us 6,000 rupees, then take this 6,000, go and buy whatever you want to. We are in need of using any reserve? No, because actual amount needed is 5,000. Samjhay sir? And we are having already more than that, 6,000. So no need to use reserve. Is it clear? Net you can understand. Net you can even remember in such a way that if the adjustment amount is less than the actual amount, then the difference to be utilized from reserve. Okay? So from 2,500 we have to use 500 for reserve. To investment account, okay, 500. Okay, let me explain this in a different way. I'm sure you will love it. Investment, always having debit balance because it's an asset. Now it is reducing by 500. Minus always opposite, plus straight same side. Investment debit balance, because we want to do minus, it should be on credit side. Okay, 500 rupees. Now out of 2,500 reserve, we kept 500 for investment. The remaining 2,000 distributed to, again I have to make a change in the title. Here it is the form of K and R. K and R. Okay? So to K's capital account, we are distributing the remaining amount to R's capital account. Okay, remaining 2,000 should be distributed in this two between the P&L ratio. Here the P&L ratio is 4:1. So 1,600 and 400. Is it clear? Because the investment value reduced, we transfer that much amount to investment account, and the remaining amount we obviously credited to the partner's capital account. Is there any problem? Check from your end. First of all, the amount of investment, how much it is? It is 20,000. Fluctuation reserve, it is 2,500. Okay? Then the adjustment. The value change, only first option. The value change and comes to 19,500. Is that clear? So, 500 reduced. Let me give you one more option for understanding. One more option. See, 3-4 options I am going to give. We are making a ledger. In a short version. Here investment having debit balance worth 20,000. Okay? Now we are saying that the investment value actual is 19,500. So we can say it's a closing balance. This is opening balance for the second balance. Opening balance on debit, investment always having debit balance. Closing balance on credit side. Balance EF. Now the difference. We want to close the account. You want to close the ledger. The difference 500 reduced. But because for such reduction we kept a particular reserve. Okay? So over here, in particulars, we are going to write investment, fluctuation, reserve. On credit side, investment, fluctuation, reserve. Now see the posting. To investment account, 500. So from this entry, if we want to post them into ledger of investment, try to remember 11th standard. Investment account, credit side, 500. So credit side, date and amount, but here date is not there. So 500 amount, okay? And in particular, investment fluctuation reserve. Is there any issue? 2, 3 different options I am going to give. Okay, clear? Good, very good. Now, second option. Second option. When value of investment is rupees 22,000. Okay? Clear? We write the circumstance first. Now again understand. See, again the value is 20,000 because this is the basic information. It will not be 19,500. We completed that topic over here. Now again, if value is 20,000, fluctuation reserve is 2,500. And now, in adjustment they say, if the value of investment is 22,000, then what to do? If value of investment is 22,000, then what to do? Now, an important point. Can I say investment is an asset? Yes. So, first entry, the value of asset increased. Because it is increased, no need to use reserve like this. Okay? Reserve to use nahi tha. But fact is, value increased by 2,000. Remember chapter 4. Whenever value of asset increased, should be transferred to credit side of revaluation account. So the entry is investment account debit to revaluation account. The amount is 2,000. Okay? Clear? If you want to understand it, you can use the same concept. You can use the same concept. Ledger of investment. Ledger of investment. Okay? Here opening balance is 20,000. Closing balance. Closing balance. If it is 22,000, then the total is 22,000. Same total over here. The difference 2,000 transferred to revaluation account. Again check it. Investment account debited. Investment account debit side. Date and amount. Date is not there, so amount 2,000. And in particulars, credit side, revaluation. Goes to revaluation. Any problem? But this is what we do. We increase the value of investment. Okay. But what about the reserve? So the entire amount of reserve transferred to partner's capital account. So here, investment, because it is a credit balance, we have to cancel it. Investment, fluctuation, reserve account debited 2,500 to R's not R but K. K's capital account to R's capital account. Is it clear? In 4:1. So 2000 and 500. Again, very quickly, let's go through both the concept. In first, investment value reduced by 500. So, we reduce the value of investment by 500 and use fluctuation reserve, rupees 500. And the remaining out of 2500, because we used 500, over here, the remaining 2000 we distributed between the partners. Okay? In second circumstances, the investment value increased by 2000. Whenever value of asset reduced, we are using fluctuation fund. But whenever value of investment increased, no need of use of fluctuation fund. Okay? So we are not using fluctuation fund, but the increased value transferred to revaluation account. So investment account debited to revaluation account, and then because now no need of fluctuation reserve, so it should be cancelled by debiting it and transferred to partners capital account in their old P&L ratio. Is it okay? This is just the first question, in which two sub-questions, 1 and 2. Clear? Check it. If any problem, please go and rewind the lecture, clear the fundamentals, be sure, be confident about the concepts, because if these concepts are not clear, in next, where we are going to solve workman compensation reserve as well as bad debt topic, becomes very tough for you. So better option that you clear these fundamentals very nicely, and then we are continuing next, that is workman compensation and bad debt reserve topic in our coming session. Okay? So till then, do revise, do clear the concepts, and if any doubt, always welcome, but do ask me timely. Timely means after completion of this session, on the same day, you must ask the doubts if any, or else you have to miss the concept of next sessions too. Okay? So till then, take care of yourself, enjoy the monsoon, but stay safe.